Welcome to the HP Designjet How to Use video series. In this episode, I will discuss the HP Designjet T3500 Production eMFP's ink system. The ink system is comprised of two components, the ink cartridge and the printhead. The HP Designjet T3500 uses both dye and pigment-based inks. The dye-based inks are cyan, magenta, yellow, gray, and photo black. Dye-based inks are formulated to provide a lower cost per square foot and accurate and crisp lines. The matte black, on the other hand, is pigment-based, and pigment-based inks are formulated to be fade-resistant for a longer period of time. The HP Designjet T3500 uses 6 cartridges. Matte black, which is used when printing on non-glossy media, photo black, which is used when printing on glossy media, gray, which allows for true grayscales and concise hatching patterns. Cyan, magenta, and yellow are the remaining 3 ink cartridges. And yes, all 6 cartridges must be installed for the printer to work. As you can see, these cartridges are large. They hold 300 milliliters of ink, and the starter cartridges that ship with your HP Designjet T3500 hold 69 milliliters of ink. However, the matte black cartridge comes in a full 300 milliliter cartridge. Some of this ink in the starter cartridges will be used in the setup process to prime the printhead and the supporting tube systems. Please consider ordering an extra set of ink cartridges to avoid delays in your printing workflow. A few things to know about the ink cartridge. Each ink cartridge is designed so that it will only fit in the corresponding color slot in the printer. If you find that the ink cartridge is encountering resistance when you are installing it, make sure you are installing it in the correct slot. There is a manufacturing date stamped on each ink cartridge. A general rule of thumb is that the ink cartridge should be fine as long as it is not older than 30 months past the manufacturing date. The HP Designjet T3500 can use ink cartridges from the 764 ink product family only. You will see this noted on the actual ink cartridge. Now, let's look at the single long life printhead. The HP Designjet T3500 uses a single long life printhead. This printhead has channels for all 6 colors and provides a wider printer swatch than traditional printhead configurations. HP uses thermal inkjet technology, which means that heat is being applied in the printer chamber to create a vapor bubble which fires through the nozzles onto the actual paper. A few things to note about the printhead. Be careful when handling the printhead. Avoid touching the nozzle plate or the electrical components, since oil from your hands can damage these parts. The long life printhead has a warranty based on a period of time from installation, or the amount of ink that flows through the printhead, whichever occurs first. The 727 printhead warranty is 1 year from the date of installation in the actual printer, or when 4 liters of ink has passed through it. The printhead is extremely durable and does not need to be replaced every time the ink cartridge is replaced. It provides excellent results even when there is a low level of ink inside the ink cartridge. Now, to maintain optimal print quality, the printhead is automatically tested at regular intervals and automatically serviced when necessary. When the printhead eventually needs to be replaced, the front panel will display a message. Now, for the next stage, I will show you how to change an ink cartridge and a printhead. When it's time to change ink cartridges or the printhead, you must always start by using the main menu on the front panel. Let's start by replacing an ink cartridge. From the front panel, go to the main screen and select the ink menu. Inside the ink menu, select Replace Ink Cartridges. Now you can remove the old ink cartridge and insert the new one. If you have installed the cartridge properly, you will hear a beep and the front panel of the printer will confirm that a genuine HP ink cartridge has been properly installed. Now I will show you how to replace the single long life printhead. From the front panel, access the printhead menu and then select Replace. It is important to follow the on-screen instructions. Do not try to jump ahead or skip a step. The printed carriage will automatically move to the left side of the printer. When requested by the front panel, open the window using the release lever. When requested by the front panel, open the window. To access the printhead, raise the blue carriage cover and then pull the cover towards you, raising the black piece to which it is attached. Grasp the printhead by the blue pieces on each side and then lift the printhead out of the carriage. To access the printhead, raise the blue carriage cover and then pull the cover towards you, raising the black piece to which it is attached. Grasp the printhead by the blue pieces on each side and then lift the printhead out of the carriage. You cannot insert a new printhead successfully if a connected ink cartridge does not have enough ink to complete the printhead replacement process. In this case, you should replace the ink cartridge before inserting the new printhead. You can always use the old cartridge later if it still contains some ink. Insert the new printhead slowly and vertically straight down. It may get damaged if you insert it too fast or at an angle, or if you rotate it as you insert it. Check that the printhead is correctly aligned with its ink connectors and then lower the black piece over the printhead and close the blue cover. And make sure that it is properly closed. When the printhead has been inserted correctly and is accepted by the printer beeps. You may now close the window. Once you have installed a new printhead, the printer will check, prepare, and align the printhead. This may take up to about 15 minutes. As you can see, the HP Designjet T3500 ink system is a bit more complex than a small format inkjet printer. Here are a few key things to remember. Install the ink cartridges and printhead before the warranty end date. Pay close attention to the instructions on the front panel during installation. Allow the printer and the service station to clean the printhead automatically. This means leaving the printer powered on overnight. It will utilize a sleep mode when it is inactive and runs a maintenance cycle on a regular basis. Avoid unnecessary removal of the ink cartridges or the printhead. The ink cartridges themselves should never be removed while the printer is printing. They should be removed only when the printer is ready for you to replace them. The front panel guides you through the removal and installation procedures. I hope you enjoyed this video. For more in-depth information, I recommend that you refer to the user's manual which shipped with your printer on a CD, or you can download it at hp.com under the support tab.